enough. Joining us now from CPAC in National Harbor, Maryland, senior editor at Hot Air, Ed Morrissey, and in Washington, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist and associate editor of the Washington Post and MSNBC political analyst, Eugene Robinson.
And just by coincidence, a strange coincidence, last year's CPAC chairman. Eugene Robinson. Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Is Ed in a casino?
Yes.
Can we, he's in a casino.
It looks like he's in a casino. But you know, the thing is, it's just like I won the Masters in '87. The year after Nicholas, because nobody's remembering my green. Well, nobody remembers Gene Robinson, CPAC chairman last year.
Your back nine that year was amazing.
It was unbelievable. I made Nicholas look like a piker. But anyway, let's go. A great Wall Street Journal editorial by the great Peggy Noonan.
All right. Sorry, Jeb. The race is wide open. Jeb Bush is said by some and treated by many as the front runner, the one to beat. I don't see it. In fact, I think he's making a poor impression. Mr. Bush's operation, according to the New York Times, muscling party strategists and policy specialists to advise only him and no one else. That's a piece in the New York Times actually today. Again, a message is sent. Be with us now or we'll remember later. Literally, he says that to people. It sounds tough and Clintonian. Actually, it looks less like a sales pitch than a hostile takeover. What is most missing so far is a fierce sense of engagement, a passionate desire to lead America out of the morass, a fiery or Churchillian certainty that he is the man for the moment. In its place, we see a softer, wanner, I'm smart, accomplished, no policy, and it's my turn.
Ed Morrissey, some pretty tough words from Peggy Noonan, who knows a thing or two about presidents. Well, yeah, but at the same time, Ed, how many people in that room think that Jeb is a foregone conclusion?
Oh, nobody. I don't think anybody in here thinks anybody's a foregone conclusion, and I think Jeb Bush is going to have a very tough sale here at CPAC. This is definitely not his crowd, Joe. You know this, and I know this. This isn't the crowd that Jeb Bush needs to mobilize in order to win the nomination. This is not going to be the crowd that makes his sale. Well,
what about the Republican primary in general? It seems to me that, again, there are a lot of really good candidates out there, and I'm just wondering whether this approach that Peggy Noonan describes that Jeb Bush and his people are taking, which is a very heavy-handed approach, does that backfire in the long run?
Oh, absolutely, I think it does. I mean, this is a wide-open race. You haven't even seen everybody get into this race. People are talking about this race as if it's Jeb Bush, Scott Walker, Marco Rubio, and maybe that's about it. We haven't seen a real organizational role. A few of the other Republican governors who might get into this race. We haven't seen much in the way of debates from people in the Senate who might get into this race. This is way too early to be saying that the field is set and somebody's a front runner.
Hey, Gene, I want to go back to Scott Walker's comparison about fighting 100,000 protesters in ISIS. To me, it shines a light on, and you can go back to a county organizer who became president, how when people are running for president, how truly unprepared they really are to make that statement, to compare these brutal killers to union protesters, really shows that, great, you've been running the state of Wisconsin, but really, are you in any way, shape, or form ready or even understand the job of president?
Yeah, no, welcome to prime time. I mean, you know, it's the kind of statement that one hopes that, you know, in the middle of the campaign, after you've done this for a couple of months, you never dream of making such a statement. But here's his debut. He comes out, he goes to CPAC, and he says something really inappropriate and stupid. And one hopes he dials it back and learns from it. Totally inappropriate. It's a different stage. It's a different role. It's a different job. It's not Wisconsin, you know. And ISIS is not union members in Wisconsin. And Scott Walker, I'm sure, is bright enough to understand the mistake. If he's not going to go very far.
Hey, Ed, it's Willie Geist. It's good to have you with us this morning. I'm curious from your perspective, where you're in the room, where is the energy? Which candidate has people most excited? Obviously, a lot of people in the press love talking about Jeb Bush, but among people that you talk to in that room, who's the guy or the two guys that people are most excited about?
Other than me, Ed, other than Joe Scarborough.
Other than Joe Scarborough. Other than Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, I think really the energy Yesterday was probably Ted Cruz. He did a great setup here with Sean Hannity on the stage with him, doing a little question and answer, giving his speech. Scott Walker, I think, did a good job, but I do have to agree with Eugene that that was, if that was a little trial balloon, let's hope it's popped and has flown off stage, never to be seen again. That was really not a wise moment from Scott Walker. But again, it's early in the campaign. Yeah. I think that it's not a fatal mistake by any stretch of the imagination. But let's hope it doesn't make an appearance later on down the campaign trail.
All right, Ed Morrissey, thank you so much. Gene Robinson, stay with us, and Gene, we're all